heart is trembling. How we gon' get it on? I am anticipating. There's something about you so attractive.
Hey Libras, LaChan here, Psychic Love Coach, and this is going to be another love reading for you. Now, for those of you who have been with me for some time, you know that usually I do monthly readings, but for right now, I'm going to go ahead and experiment with these timeless readings. So whenever you come across this reading, whenever you come across these messages, is when these messages are meant for you. To book a private reading with me, visit my website, mypsychiclovecoach.com. You can also find me on Wizio if you want a video reading. You can also find me on Instant Go if you want to text me your question. Both of those links are in the description box below. You can actually also find the link to my website there as well. All right, don't forget to thumbs up and like this reading. Comment, subscribe to my channel if you are new, subscribe to my channel if you are returning and you haven't subscribed yet. All right, Libras, let's go ahead and go into your reading here. So, I can see here, Libra, that there is somebody who you have a connection with this total connection card. This can be a partner, a lover, romantic interest. There's somebody, right, who you came here for. There's somebody on your mind as you're coming into this reading, right? So we have this connection where you guys can be very like-minded, all right? There's an attachment here, okay? You like this person's personality. You want good vibes in your love life. You want good vibes in your love life. You want happiness in your love life. You want positivity in your love life. You want happiness, sunshine, good times, right? Positive outcomes, happiness, joy, all those wonderful feelings when it comes to your love life, right? Like, who doesn't? I mean, well, some people don't, but, you know, normally what we want is we want positive energy in our love lives. And I see that there is the potential for that. I do feel as though you've been getting to know this person for a while, or this person can be somebody who is different from your normal type, your usual type and expectations. This is going to be somebody who's outside of that. And I see here that while you do have this connection with this person, while you may be compatible, all right, while you may get along, I see you guys getting along. I'm seeing laughter. I'm seeing good times. All right. While we do have that energy there, I see that right now there's a break going on. There's a pause in this energy. It's like things were rolling downhill, you know, and then they stopped. All right. So this may not be a breakup. We have here taking a break, but this does not mean that it's a separation, a permanent separation. Some of you live with this person. Some of you may have a family with this person. Some of you may have children with this person, and some of you do, not may. Some of you are living with this person. Some of you have children with this person. Okay, you have a family with this person. This could be a long-standing connection that you've been in. So it doesn't necessarily mean that this is a separation, breakup, like, for example, it's something permanent like a divorce. That doesn't mean that that's what this is. But what's going on right now is you are taking time apart. And you're taking time apart so you can look at things from a fresh perspective. You want to look at things from a new perspective. You want to look at things in a new way. You want to see things from a new angle. You want to see things from a different perspective. You want to see things from a higher perspective, so you're able to see more about the situation, especially the things that you were missing. And I'm hearing that saying in my inner ear. What is that saying? Not seeing the forest for the trees. I'm not seeing the forest for the trees. So I feel like that's the kind of energy where you are in. We do have the tree here, right? And it could have been that in this connection, yes, there were little things that could have caused, you know, challenges in the relationship, but there's an overall underlying issue here that's causing these smaller issues. And it looks like what that overall issue is related to narcissism. So we have somebody here who is manipulative. We have somebody here who is controlling. We have somebody here who is in for their self-interest. We have someone here who thinks that they are superior than you, superior to others. We have someone here who disregards boundaries. And I see that that is something that has affected this connection. Boundaries. The violation of boundaries, the disregarding of boundaries. And I'm hearing for some of you, you were with someone and you could have tried to break up with this person, or you tried to leave with this person. You know, you said, you know what, I only want the best in my life, so I'm going to let go because this isn't the right person. And this person, for those of you who this resonates with, this person, you know, is saying, the other person is saying, you know what, no, you're going to be with me regardless of if you like it or not. You're going to be with me. You could have tried to go away. Okay, you know what? I'm going to be single. I'm going to do what's best for me. And this person's like, yeah, right. No, you're going to be with me. So that's something that some of you have experienced. But I do see here someone who feels that they're very entitled, someone who thinks that they're superior to others so they can get what they want, so they can have what they want, so they can do what they want, even if it's at the expense of other people. And that's what we have going on in this situation. Because yes, there are many times when this person comes across very likable, where this person comes across, you know, like someone you can really get along with and where you have a lot of fun with this person. But underneath, there's another energy. And it's that energy of narcissism that causes challenges, you know, because that's that underneath, that's the foundation, the underlying energy here. So it looks like when it comes to this situation, I do see your luck changing. We have the black cat. Now, the black cat for me does speak of independence, okay? And it is, you know, my experience that when I do have a black cat cross my path, something challenging generally happens within the next few hours. So because you had this very compatible connection, you know, very sunny connection, now things are changing. So we can see that things are changing over into separation, a separating energy. And then we are going into this narcissism, which is going to come up in the near future and affect this connection, affect your love life, affect your connection. Okay, this narcissism that's going to come up. This issue regarding a narcissism, this issue regarding manipulation or control, infidelity. Someone disregarding their boundaries, somebody being all about themselves, somebody being entitled, somebody caring more about what they want at others' expense versus the greater good. So there can be some independence from this person, which you are experiencing at the moment, right? So things have shifted. We can see that here, okay? And it does look like there are hindrances in this connection. There are hindrances. I feel like you're wanting a new season to come. You're wanting the old to fall away, because there have been challenges in this connection. You want the old and what's no longer been working to fall away. You want change and transformation in this connection. You want to look out at the other possibilities for this connection, what else this connection can bring. All right, you want this connection to go in the direction of something positive, in the direction of the light. I'm seeing the scarab here. I think that's what they're called, the scarab, that the Egyptian beetle who is blind but follows the sun. If you can imagine, it's like being blinded by love. Being blinded by love, but following the sun, but following the positive feeling. And I feel like that's what you've been doing, Libra. At least some of you have. And you'll know if this is you. Some of you have been kind of blinded by love, not really seeing things for what they really are. There are unhealthy patterns in this connection. There could be very challenging unhealthy patterns going on. But there wasn't really an honest look at and consideration and acknowledgement of what was really going on here, right? Because you were following the light, you're following the happiness, you're following the positivity. And because you seem like-minded, because you had a positive connection at some point, because there was a positive connection, because there were happy times, this is what's in the forefront of your mind. And it's like you're looking at the positive and ignoring the other things. And that happens when we look at the good and we ignore the red flags. And that's often how we get wrapped up in these narcissistic relationships. Because people who are narcissistic, they come across like they are a knight in shining armor, or they're like a princess in shining armor. I don't know, depends on if you like, if you date women or men. But this person often comes across like the best thing since sliced bread. This person comes across like the best thing. And it looks very, very wonderful for us. And it looks like we have an awesome connection because a lot of the time, actually not a lot of the time, what narcissists do, and this is not a lot of the time, this is all the time really. What a narcissistic person will do is they will mirror you. So if somebody comes into your life and they're a whole nother person, right? You're two different people, but they seem to be just like you. You know, you get along so great. You're like the same person. You like all the same things. You know, it's like you're like the same, you know, you're just so connected. Oh, you like this? Oh, they like that too. You like this? Oh, they like that too. They have all of your likes. You know, they like all the same things you do. They get along with you. You know, what ends up happening a lot of the time is these people do that to mirror you so they can get into your good graces. So they can lower down that wall, so they can lower down your resistance, and so you can open up to them. So they're going to come across in a really great way. They're going to get along with you. You're going to seem to have similar personalities. You're going to seem to like the same things. But really, it's because this person is showing you, is reflecting back to you yourself. And that's why you become so fond of them. That's a trait of what narcissists do. Okay? So I don't know where we were going with that, but let's go ahead and move forward. But this is just something to just be aware of. You know, if you experience something like that, just take note of that. You know, take note of that because that can be a red flag. Right? Or if someone acts very entitled, like what they want is more important than what you want, or like their needs, their desires are more important than yours. Take note of these things. Just take note. And I'm also going to take note of how you really feel about this person on the inside and not your first reaction, not your first reaction. Do you love this person? Yeah, sure. No, how do you really feel about this person? That's what I'm hearing for some of you. So going into your Lenormand spread here, again, it looks like this person, you could have a steady relationship with this person. Maybe you have a family with this person. Maybe you live with this person. Maybe you have children with this person. Some of you do. Not all of you, but some of you do. And we had the clock tower or the tower fall out of the deck when I was shuffling the cards. And this is speaking of that, looking at things from a higher perspective. This is also speaking about that separation. You may be isolating yourself from this person, wanting to take a step back from this person. You may also be wanting to look at things from, again, a higher perspective, look at things from another way, from another point of view. You're in the process of raising your boundaries. Making your boundaries stronger, realizing what your boundaries are. What is it that I'm willing to accept? How much am I willing to take? How much am I willing to accept? How much violation am I willing you to do? I'm willing to let you do. Because this person is a violator. This person is a boundary violator. This person is just a human violator. They do what they want. They don't care about you or another person or anyone else. They just don't, you know? So now you are in a place where you're like, okay, let me set up my boundaries. Let me elevate. Let me elevate and raise my expectations. Let me elevate and let me raise my standards. And if you haven't gotten there, then you'll be there soon. So we have here this situation where you could be moving forward slowly. You could be taking baby steps. You could be moving forward again very slowly through this situation. All right. I see that there could also be a lot of learning going on. And I mean, learning lessons, spiritual lessons, learning about this person, seeing things from a new perspective, here. I'm feeling as though this situation has had an impact on your physical, spiritual, mental, emotional health. Mainly mental, I feel, but it has had effects on your well-being here. So we have the tree, the whip, and the gentleman. So I can see here that we have this sexual gentleman, or this gentleman can be you. This could be speaking about a sexual relationship. All right. And I feel like this situation is causing you to grow. It's causing you to grow, and it's causing you to branch out and be able to see things from new ways. I do also see that there has been conflict in this connection. All right. So either with this male, or if you are this male, conflict that you've experienced. Okay. So conflict with a male, or if you are this male, again, I see that there have been some challenges. There could have been some conflict, some arguments. All right. The whip is also a card of abuse, and narcissists are often abusive. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. All right. So I wouldn't be surprised if there has been some kind of abuse, maybe even if you don't know it, because sometimes we think that abuse is only physical. No, abuse could be mental, spiritually, emotional as well. So for some of you, there has been some abuse going on here. Somebody's talking down to somebody. Somebody's trying to take away the other's self-esteem. Somebody's trying to make the other person feel like they're not good enough, or like they're worthless, or like nobody else is going to love them, or like they're not the special person that they are. You know, I do feel like there's some kind of manipulation that's going on here. I do feel like there's some kind of manipulation that's gone on here. So I can see here that for many of you, this has been a long-standing relationship. I do feel like this is a connection that is a past life connection. All right, this is a connection that came in to help you learn something, to help you learn some kind of lesson, karmic lesson, to help you grow, to help you evolve, to help you move forward in your soul's journey in some way. That was the purpose for this connection here. However, it is a difficult connection. You know, it is a difficult connection. So know that you could be branching out from this connection, going into a new place. But again, this situation looks like it's also going to have an effect on your health, mentally, physically, emotionally. So just make note of that. And I would advise not allowing someone who has this type of energy, I would advise not allowing them to take over your mental, physical, emotional health, because they're not worth it. This person is very self-centered. This person is very egocentric. This person just cares about themselves. So whatever it is that they have to say against you, or the things that they try to make you feel, if they try to make you feel bad or anything like that, it's nothing personal. It's not an actual reflection on you, Libra. It's not an actual reflection on you. It's a reflection of the things that are within this person's mind. Because these are the types of people that will, for example, go around and call everybody that they're dating, say everybody that they're dating are like, you're a cheater, you're a cheater. Well, not everybody, say one person, whoever they're dating at the moment. You're a cheater, you're this, you're that, you're doing this, you're doing that, and accuse them of all these things and break this person down, because they're really the one they're really the ones that are going out and cheating with all these people. Given this situation happens with people who aren't narcissistic, but I'm hoping you guys understand what I'm trying to say by that example. So this is somebody who really only cares about themselves, not others. And when they look at other people, they really only care about them in terms of how that person can benefit them. So they don't look at another person like, oh, this is my love. They're like, oh, how can this person benefit me? What can they do for me? How can I use them? What can they give for me? How can they make my life better? As opposed to looking at a relationship like, oh, I want to go into a loving relationship with this person, have a loving connection with this person. No, they're like, how can you serve me? Right? So we don't want to let these types of individuals who really nobody is really special to them, as long as you can give them something, then they will be interested. You know, they're not discriminatory. So we don't want to let these types of people have the effect on our mental, especially for empaths, our mental, spiritual, emotional, physical health, because empaths and narcissists go together. So if you're dating the narcissist, you can rightfully not assume, but you know, you could be an empath, right? And empaths feel very strongly, and these types of people aren't deserving of they don't deserve to negatively affect the emotions of these beautiful people like you, Libra, who have good intentions. Okay, so I feel like what's going on also is you're reliving the past when it comes to your intimacy. You're looking back at the past when it comes to not only physical intimacy, not only, you know, sexuality, but also when it comes to the intimacy within your relationship. You're looking back at the past, and what you're likely looking at are the early times when things were good. For example, the golden period, right? When you are with a narcissist and it's the beginning of the relationship, and that's when they are the best and they're all great to you and they're helping you and they're here for you and they're there and they're loving you and whatever, unfolds here. I feel like you're looking back at the very positive times that happened in this relationship, thinking like, why couldn't things stay the same? Or like, how did things change? And if you are, if that is what you're wondering, the answer is the reason why things didn't stay the same and the reason why things changed is because that person was giving you a facade from the beginning. Who that person presented themselves as in the beginning wasn't really that person. So if things changed, now you're getting the real deal. Now you're getting what you really signed up for. It's like a bait and switch. Now you're getting what you really signed up for. So it's not that things changed, it's that that person was putting on a face to lure you in and to bring you in, and then the real person came out in time. So you are embracing the changes. You are embracing the changes going on within this connection. All right, you don't want the challenges, you don't want the suffering, you don't want the abuse anymore. I see just a lot of just action also going on in the mental health space. It's like this person has been really affecting you for some time, most likely. For those of you who have been in a situation for a long time with this person, I mean, things have been challenging for a while, right? Things have been challenging for a while, okay? So now you're embracing the change of the present. You're taking this break. You're looking at things in a different way. You're embracing the change of the present. And I feel like right now, even though this withdrawn card is in the reverse, normally I would say that you are coming out, but I do feel like you are being very withdrawn. I feel like you're being very closed out to this person because things are just the same, because things haven't changed. Because there's been no improvements. As much as you want this change, as much as you want this improvement, right? We have these hindrances. You see the two butterflies here, right? It's like a lack of transformation, a lack of change within this relationship. As much as you wanted things to be positive here, there's a lack of renewal. There are hindrances here. So this person is not really allowing the relationship or the connection to move forward in a positive, healthy way. It's like they're blocking that energy because, why? They're narcissistic. And it's often, I mean, as far as I've seen narcissists, it's like they're not really interested in having happy, healthy, whole. I mean, they really can actually. I mean, maybe they can. I don't know. I've never seen it. But, relationships with narcissists are toxic. They tend to be toxic. I've never seen a healthy one. So again, there's this lack of change and transformation here that you are wanting, which is causing you to be withdrawn, even though you may want to come out of that. All right, so let's go into your Borka card, and then we will go into your guidance here. I'm going to be using my pendulum so we can look into the best solutions and what you can do to bring about the best outcome in your love life moving forward. So with your Borka card, I have here the message of a war will rage within yourself as you endeavor to come to terms as to what is right, what is wrong. Make no decision. The problem will right itself to your complete satisfaction. So this is saying, Libra, that again, it's saying a war will rage within yourself as you endeavor to come to terms as to what is right and what is wrong. So you're going to be thinking about, you're going to be looking at things from a higher perspective, right? Looking at things from a higher perspective and saying, you know what, within this situation, again, what is right, what is wrong? Is what this person is doing okay? Or is this situation okay? Or is it not okay? Do I deserve this? Should I take this? It's also thinking about boundaries. Should I accept this or should I not? Should I allow this person to act this way or should I not? So you're thinking about, wait a minute, is what this person is doing, is that right or is that wrong? Should they be doing that or not? You're kind of going back and forth looking at it. And this Borka card is saying that, you know what, you don't have to actually make that decision. You can look at it from that higher perspective, consider all perspectives. But you don't have to actually make the decision because whatever the situation is, whatever the problem is, it will unfold in a way that will benefit you. Okay, so go ahead and take note of what is going on and consider what's going on, but know that you don't have to rush to make an action. Don't feel pressured to make a decision, because the right decision will present itself to you regardless of what you do. Okay, so you don't have to really act, just allow things to unfold. So now what we're going to go into here is we're going to go into Libras, your guidance for your reading. All right, so let's look into your solutions for Libra. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Love. What are their relationship solutions? Libra. So Libra, it looks like you need to offer more acknowledgement, more acceptance, and more validation to yourself. I do feel as though this person that you are with, what I just heard is, yes, I feel like they may compliment you. I feel like they compliment you, or I feel like they give you words of validation. However, their actions don't really follow through with that validation and can kind of conflict with their verbal validations. Like when your actions and your words don't match, which is actually cognitive dissonance, which I feel like this person does as well. I feel like they do things where they may say one thing and do another, and then you're left confused. You know, and they're looking at you like, why are you confused? You know, and you're feeling crazy, but it's because of their antics. So it's really important for you to, Libra, give more acknowledgement to yourself, more acceptance, more validation to yourself. And also by doing that, you're not going to have to need it per se to come from other people, because especially this person, this narcissistic person that we're talking about. Because what happens is these narcissists, they come into your life and they give you all these compliments. They make you feel really good about yourself, make you feel really special. And then when they take away those things, then it starts to affect us negatively. And we start to think, maybe I'm not as special. Maybe I'm not as great. Maybe I'm not as wonderful, or, you know, it affects our self-esteem. So this is a good time to give all those compliments, give all that validation, give all those positive energies to yourself. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Libras. So Libras, this is a good time to also stop the denial. There's denial going on. Again, you haven't been wanting to see this situation clearly. Remember, not seeing the forest for the trees. You haven't wanted to see the entire picture and what is truly going on, because of focusing on the individual things. This was a bad time. This is a good time. This is a bad time. This is a good time. But let's look at the overall underlying situation, which this is likely affecting your connection. So this is a very good time to not deny what's going on. Look at things from a higher perspective. If you can, take a step back out of yourself and look at the situation going on from an objective perspective. So stop the denial and be completely honest with yourself about the state of your relationship, about who you're with, about what's going on. While you're in this break, go ahead and take the time to allow for that new perspective. This is a good time to take time apart to center and to meditate, so you can become more aware, more enlightened, you know, when it comes to this situation. Okay, Libras, so let's see what other messages we have. All right, so this is for Libras. All right, so let's go to our second chart here. All right, so what relationship solutions do we have for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Love? Oops, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Love. Libra. Now is a good time to work on your own personal growth, not your partner's. And what I just heard in my inner ear was, because you are the scales, I heard that while you want to make yourself well, you also value very much the well-being of your partner as well, because their well-being also allows you to feel like you have balance and both of you can be well. You want both of you well at the same time. That brings balance, right? The scales. And what this is saying is that excuse me, guys. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I had to get what the message was again. Okay, so be willing to get real and be honest with yourself. It's weird. I was looking at it and I completely like was not taking that in. Okay, so again, I'm feeling like you have to be real and honest with yourself about the relationship, about the connection, no matter how difficult it is. That you have to look at these things from a new perspective, look at these things from a higher perspective, and be honest with yourself about what you're experiencing. We can't change, we can't fix what we don't acknowledge. So if somebody is, for example, being abusive to us, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, somebody's talking down to us, degrading us, treating us like we're unimportant, if somebody's not giving us the love that we deserve, we can ignore it and just look at the good times. Oh, but we did this, and when things are good, they're good. That's what a lot of people say. Things can be bad, but when they're good, they're really good. But when they're bad, they're really bad. Okay, well, the bad is something to take into consideration because normal, happy, healthy relationships, positive relationships don't have that really, really, really bad, within the relationship vibe. Yes, things can happen, but it doesn't get like that. So it's really important to be real with yourself about yourself, about your partner, about your person, and about your relationship. Even if it's painful, you have to look at these things from a different view. You have to look at these things from a different view. Oh, and here we go. Here's a message that's so interesting. Okay, here's a message that we were actually talking about. That's so funny. Excuse me, guys. Here's a message that we were actually talking about. Working on your own growth, not your partner's. Okay, so this is also speaking about when we were talking about the balance, the Libra balance in relationships, you wanting your partner to be very well balanced. So you can also have a balance as well. That allows you to feel more balanced. However, the best thing for you to do is work on your own personal growth because this person right here, that person's only going to do what it is that they want to do. You can suggest, you can assert yourself, you can tell them, you can ask them, but this person is really concerned with their self more so than what you want for them. Okay, so this isn't about them and their growth. You can't make this person change. You can't make this person be anybody different, better, worse, anybody else than who they are. All right. And with these narcissists, it's interesting because a lot of the time they talk about, oh, I can change. I'm going to change. I'm going to be different. I'm going to change. I'm going to do this and this and this. And they talk about change. But really, that's just a clever ruse because they don't have intentions on changing. Okay. So this is a time to work on your growth, raise your standards, raise your expectations, move forward in a new way. You're growing, you're evolving, you're learning. Okay, so move forward and be the better person regardless, be the better version of you, regardless of this person and what their actions, motives, antics are, because I'm just going to tell you, you and this person are on two totally different pages as to what you want. They want whatever's best for them. Of course, we all want whatever's best for us, for ourselves, but they want just what's best for them at all costs, no matter what's going on. You want the best for everyone, right? Okay, so also, Libras. Let's see, Libras. Guidance for Libras. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So interesting. So again, take responsibility for changing the relationship. Don't blame yourself or your partner. Take responsibility for changing the relationship. Don't blame yourself or your partner. So this is really on you, Libra. It's really on you to take control of this situation because, again, this person is going to keep doing what they've always done because that's the person that works for them. They've been doing it for a long time. They've been that way before you. They're going to be that way after you. That's been working for them. So now it's like, what are you going to do to make the situation better for yourself? Now it's like, what are you going to do, Libra? Now it's your turn to set the stage. What is it that you want? What are you willing to do? What are your expectations? What are your standards? What do you deserve? What are you willing to accept? Libras. All right, Libras. With this person that you're involved with, you may also need to really communicate with this person. Communicate with this person and reflect back to them what you hear them saying. There could be some miscommunication going on, or you can be unsure about what this person is really trying to say or imply. So you can have a conversation with this person. When you have a conversation with this person, make sure that you are on the same page, and you can also reflect back to them and summarize back to them. When you hear them say something, you can say, okay, so what I heard you say is XYZ. Is that correct? You know, make sure you're on the same page so there's not confusion between you two, Libras. Let's see here. All right, Libra, so these are the messages that I have for you when it comes to your love life. Thumbs up and like this reading. Also comment, subscribe to my channel if you are new. Subscribe to my channel if you are returning and you haven't subscribed yet. And to book a private reading with me, visit my website, mypsychiclovecoach.com, which is in the description box below. Also, again, you can find me on Wizio and Instingo. Both of those links are below. Check out your free resources as well. I am sending you so much love, so much light. Don't forget to thumbs up, you guys. Again, like and subscribe. And I can't wait to see you here again soon. Bye, Libras.